Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and I am here today to give you a look at something a little bit different. Very often when I review gear, it's all about the seriousness of performance and a lot of technical aspects of that. But I do recognize that photographers have more to their life than just taking photos, and that includes appreciating some things maybe for their own merit rather than just their functionality. Now, ironically, what I'm here to talk to you about today is a product from a company that typically is all about functionality, and that is iFootage. I have reviewed a very serious carbon fiber video tripod and fluid head from them before. You might remember the Gazelle and Komodo combination that I reviewed, and still today that is the tripod of choice for our channel, particularly with Craig using it for the video purposes. And so they really do make serious products for serious videographers. In this case, however, they are celebrating their 10th anniversary, and in honor of some pretty cool artifacts recently found in China. For example, the 3,000-year-old Shang Dynasty golden mask inspired some themes that they wanted to explore to make something that's less about pure functionality and more about style and aesthetic. And with the recognition that sometimes photographers just want something cool to maybe display as even an object of art, while it's still functional, as we're going to see in just a moment. These new products to celebrate the 10th anniversary are called Timberpods. And that goes from the inexpensive Beech wood product here that runs about $49 or 49 euros if you're in the Euro market. And these Timberpods, fully functional, ball head, working around, you have the ability to, control the actual amount of tilt of the leg, and so you can move it up higher. Now, obviously, with timber, there is no extension. This is not carbon fiber or aluminum, and so, there are some desktop tripods that allow you to extend the legs out a little bit. That's not going to be the case with these, but they are fully functional, can support a, a decent little payload. And so, for me, the cool thing is going to be about displaying camera and gear for demonstration, and that's the primary way that I would use something like this. But I mean, obviously it could also have functionality as just a tripod that you set on a table for some macro type work. And so anyway, very cool, and in this case inexpensive. Now, if you want to go dive much deeper into the style department, then you can look at this other Timberpod, which is a much higher end product, and it is made out of a scented rosewood. It is beautiful, has kind of a jade accent to the metal components here, and it has replicas of that 3,000-year-old golden mask from the Shang Dynasty that is on there. So once again, fully functional in terms of the ball head, but this wood is truly beautiful on this, has an amazing looking grain to it, and of course the jade accents really give it that kind of unique Chinese touch in that very best and very classic sense, and is truly a little visual work of art if you care about both photography and beautiful things. Now, much more of a premium for that. That's going to run you nearly $300 US or about 259 euros. And so you have to be serious about acquiring this more as an object of art, more so than the functionality, because it has no more functionality than what the $50 Timberpod does. At the same time, however, this is something that is incredibly beautiful, and maybe just might be the kind of thing you're looking for as something for yourself, or maybe a very nice gift for the photographer in your life. So is there anything negative about it outside of, maybe you look at, something like this, you may be kind of a very practical person, and a $300, mini tripod like this is just, exorbitantly expensive to you. But if I'm going to give any kind of just criticism outside of that, it is the fact that on the ball head, we have the typical threading for your tripod. But unlike a desktop tripod that I use, it actually has a head that is Arca compatible. And since on all of my cameras, I always keep an Arca plate on there, and so I'm ready to go right onto a tripod, it does require me to remove that and then thread this onto the tripod. So my one critique of the actual functionality, then again, you can't probably put a big head on there with Arca compatibility and retain the aesthetic. And so in this case, we're just going to have to embrace the aesthetic of it and recognize functionality is not going to be at the typical level that we see from iFootage. Still, at the same time, when I looked at these concepts, both Craig and I looked at it and said, you know, that is really, really cool. So that might be your reaction as well. So if you want more information, check it out in the description down below. You can find linkage there to where you can explore more about the Timberpods and get more information about them. Also link to a video there right here that you can check out from iFootage themselves. That'll give you a little bit more information on the Timberpods as well. I'm Dustin Abbott, and if you look in the description down below, you can also find linkage to follow myself or Craig on social media, get some merch, sign up for my newsletter, and of course, if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and let the light in.